Welcome everybody to EFL Championship 25-26 season final day. We made it and here we are, and it's going to be a fun one, and there's still plenty to be decided. There is a three-way shootout for both the automatic promotion place remaining behind Coventry, and we need to decide who is going to finish in 6th place. In second, will it be Ipswich? Will it be Millwall? Will it be Middlesbrough? In 6th, will it be Wrexham? Will it be Hull? Will it be Derby? We are, of course, across, as you can see there, Ipswich versus QPR. But let's be honest, if you've watched one of these final day watch-alongs here before, you know it's absolute chaos with all 12 games kicking off at once. Goals going in left and right. Live league table, up and down and up and down. We'll just be across as much as we possibly can. For the first time today, do you know what? I haven't got the main lights on here. One sec. Let's light myself up. There you go. Can you see me now? I think you can. Lovely job. For the first time today, the permutations are if Ipswich win, they are up. Millwall cannot get up with a draw unless we get some ridiculous goal difference thing. So Millwall need to win. Middlesbrough need to win, and then they need a big bit of assistance from elsewhere in terms of Ipswich and Millwall both failing to win. That's the simple way. We can go into goal difference and whatnot during the actual game. In the 6th place race, a little bit more complex because you've got teams tied on 70 points, and Wrexham and Hull's goal differences are close together. So Wrexham will probably get in if they win, but if Hull win by more, Hull might get in if they can turn that goal difference around. Derby could get in, and Derby can actually get in with a draw if the other two above them lose. Derby can get in with a win if the other two above them fail to win. So that is about the state of play. Let's just quickly bang through. Remember, there's nothing going on in the relegation zone. So that's all we're really playing for. We could get a few big movers. Potentially, I think I'm looking at Bristol City. They're in 13th currently. They could go as high as 11th and then as low as 17th. So we could get some swinging around in the middle of the table, but down at the bottom, nothing. Doing your fixtures today then. So Blackburn versus Leicester. Bristol City versus Stoke. They're dead rubbers. Derby versus Sheffield United is a big one. So is Hull versus Norwich. So is Ipswich versus QPR. And Millwall versus Oxford. They all have things riding on them. Those 4 games. Pompey v Birmingham. Preston v Southampton. I mean, Southampton could still manoeuvre themselves up as high as 3rd place if we're talking about sorting out the playoff spots. So still a little bit on Saints game there at Preston. Sheffield Wednesday, West Brom. Congratulations to James Morrison, by the way, new full-time West Brom manager. Feels well deserved that one. Swansea, Charlton. Watford, Coventry. And then the other game that really has something riding on it is Wrexham versus Borough. So when you look down the card, guys, really there's kind of half of it is sort of dead rubbers and half of it has got something on it, and 4 or 5 of them have really got something on it. The main places you want to be looking is Ipswich, QPR, is Millwall, Oxford, is Wrexham, Borough. Remember, that takes out a potential game because they're both involved in different positions. Southampton at Preston still has something vaguely on it. Hull, Norwich, and Derby, Sheffield United very much do. Right, let's get into this. Thank you. There's loads of people in the live chat and all of that good stuff. And I can see plenty of people on TikTok as well. So if we could do a like spike just to get this thing going, wherever you're watching, if you're up there on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, down there on TikTok, get in there, hit whatever looks like that on whatever platform you are watching this stream, and get us moving. This is a like spike. You've got 11 seconds. Okay, here we go then. Let's do some team news then for Ipswich versus QPR. And a lot of the players that played on, was it Wednesday night? It was Tuesday. I can't remember. What day was Southampton? It was Tuesday night, Ipswich at Southampton. A lot of those lot are going again. Walton in goal, Furlong and Davis, the fullbacks. Greaves and O'Shea, the centre-backs. Matasiwa. Jack Taylor comes in. That is a change. Burns, Nunes and Philogene are all in. George Hurst, who I can see on the screen being interviewed right now, he is going to start up top in place of Ivan Azon. What I'm going to do, I'm going to jump straight over to Millwall, and I'm going to tell you who is starting for the Lions today. I suppose the big one is Josh Coburn isn't, so we don't know what's happening there. Whether he will be, if they are in the playoffs, whether he'll be back for that, we will find out. Millwall starting today with Patterson, Leonard, Kramer, Cooper, Sturge. No Taylor at the back for them. Denor, Bannon starts. Aziz, Negley, Ballo and Ivanovic. And your Middlesbrough starters today over at the racecourse are Sol Bryn, Ayling, Fry, Melander, Target, Britton, Morris, Brown, Whittaker, Conway, Strellick. Feels like an attacking one there. Still no Hayden Hackney, and he is not on the bench. Is he just in cotton wool? Ready for the playoffs. We'll read the Wrexham team as well, because there's something riding on that for the Red Dragons. Get your comments in on all of this. Ward in goal for Wrexham, so Conquo not coming back yet. Hyam, Scar, Doyle, Thomason and Kabora, the wing-backs. Rathbone, James, Dobson in midfield. Windass and Smith. No Kiefer Moore up top. He is on the bench for the Red Dragons. Moving down one place, let me tell you about Hull City. They line up today against Norwich City with Panda, Coyle, Giles, Egan, Hughes, Slater, Crooks in from the start, Balumi, Gelhart, Miller and McBurney. Hull look strong and close to full strength there, but they are facing a Norwich side who have been very, very decent since Phil Clement arrived. The final one I'm going to read out for you is the Derby County 11 here today. They're against Sheffield United and can make it into 6th position. Zetterstrom in goal. Ward, Langas, Clark, Forsyth, Travis, Ozo, Diaz, Smodic, Spinell, who's been excellent in the place of the injured Aguiman, Carlton, Morris up top. There you go. There is plenty of team news. We got a couple of super chats in there. Woof. Let's say a giant thank you to Dave. Afternoon, Ben. No way ours are doing anything against Ipswich. No strikers in the matchday squad. Bench full of youngsters. 19-year-old left winger up top. To be honest, when it comes to QPR, I'll bow to Dave's superior knowledge on that. Here's your Rangers 11 to face Ipswich Town today. Walsh, Norrington, Davis and Bengay, Clark, Salter, Edwards, Madsen, Morgan, Varane, Chair, Vale and Benny up top. Thank you so much, Dave, for your super chat, mate. And thank you for your support all season, fella. Muchly appreciated. There's one in there as well from at Gaffer. What's going on at Sheffield Wednesday? David Stork is there and being paraded as the new Sheffield Wednesday owner. So maybe some good news for Wednesday going into next season. Wow! That's a giant one from the gorgeous Kelly. Kelly, thank you so much for everything you've done for us this season. Huge super chat there. Thank you so much. Ben, your channel has been a lifesaver today. I love you in this community. Best of luck to everyone. Thank you so much. Kelly, if you don't know, a great friend of ours, Wrexham fan over in the USA. And a complete championship obsessive. So she fits right in over here. Kelly, thank you so much for your support. Right, should we get some predictions in? I don't want your predictions for the scoreline. So listen very, very carefully now. Get them in on TikTok as well. So I'll read some TikToks out as well. All I need is 2 team names. If you could write second and then write Ipswich, Millwall or Borough. And then if you could write 6th and then I need you to write Wrexham, Hull or Derby. Get your predictions in for 2nd and for 6th. Do you think you can do that? Down there in the chat. Who's finishing 2nd? Who is finishing 6th? Let me know in the comments right now. There you go. Right, here's a good example from Planet Ball. There you go. That's what we need to see. I need your predictions in here. 2nd and then 6th. I'm going to read as many as I can. Please try and put them in that format there. I know you can't see it down there on TikTok. But yeah, let's read as many of these out as we can. I'm going to hit the button. You got 24 seconds to get those predictions in. Away you go. Right, let's get as many of these read out as we can. So Ipswich Derby there, Ipswich Wrexham, Ipswich Derby, Millwall Derby, Millwall Hull, Ipswich Hull, Millwall Wrexham. We're all over the map here. Great stuff. Ipswich Wrexham, Ipswich Wrexham, Ipswich Hull, Ipswich Wrexham, Ipswich Hull. Millwall Derby, that's one for the outsiders, isn't it? Ipswich Wrexham, Millwall Wrexham, Ipswich Wrexham, Ipswich Derby, Millwall Hull, Millwall Wrexham. These are great, guys. Well done. Ipswich Derby, Millwall Derby, Ipswich Derby, Ipswich Hull, Ipswich and Derby. There's a few on TikTok there. Jake, Ipswich, Wrexham. Any more? Sorry, let me just scroll up through some of those. There we go. All good. Right. I think we're all good to now try and focus on Portman Road. But let's be honest, we're going to be all over the bloody show today with these fixtures. Let me just go through these one more time. And there's basically 5 that we really need to focus on, isn't there? But we could get loads of goals because it's round 46 in some of the others. So we try and be across that. And we try and be across the live league table as much as is humanly possible. Blackburn, Leicester, Bristol City, Stoke, both dead rubbers. Big eye on Derby, Sheffield United, Hull, Norwich, Ipswich, QPR and Millwall, Oxford. They're all in the middle of the card there. Pompey, Birmingham is a dead rubber. Preston, Southampton, we're going to keep an eye on that because if Southampton can get a result, we could get manoeuvring in terms of who is playing who in the playoffs and who is playing where first and all of that good stuff. What else? Sheffield Wednesday, West Brom, Swansea, Charlton, Watford, Coventry, all dead rubbers. But Wrexham v Middlesbrough at the bottom of the card is absolutely not. Wednesday takeover announced and 0 points deduction. Some good news for Sheffield Wednesday. For once, how about that? Right, I think we are all good to go in this one. Looks beautiful at downtown Portman Road and we've been very lucky down there at Portman Road. And an audacious kickoff straight out of play from QPR. There have been 2 promotions in Ipswich back-to-back. So 2 in the last 3 seasons. And they both occurred at Portman Road. Everybody says if you're going to do it, you want to do it at home. And that has been the case. Booted forward by Dara O'Shea as we await the first goal on round 46. It won't be long, guys. Don't you worry about that with all of these fixtures kicking off at exactly the same time. It must be the only time in the season where we get this distinct privilege of being able to see all teams kicking off at the same time. Complete nothing burger of a first minute in this one. The ball goes from one end to the other and back to the other as the balloons are flying about, and Ipswich players are just going to want to settle down and get a feel of the ball. Greaves knocks it on to Taylor, and Taylor knocks it on to Greaves, who is in on goal. So it's Leif Davis, excuse me. And a big chance immediately for Ipswich Town. Leif Davis flying forward there. Looks onside to me in the middle. Being played on by Reece Norrington Davis, who kind of tucked in from left back. And Leif Davis should have scored then, shouldn't he? 1-0 Bristol City, says the chat. The first goal of the day. Bristol City 1, Stoke City 0. In comes the corner to the back stick in the shadows there. It's going to be a goal kick for QPR. So Bristol City lead 1-0 against Stoke, which opens up the possibility of Pompey coming through and finish above them, and Charlton as well could do exactly the same. Delano Bergzog, the goal scorer. Thank you, chat, for that one. We are off and running, and we should really have had a goal in this one. Leif Davis powering through. Sorry, I was so used to Jacob Greaves being over at left back that I just assumed that it was he powering through in there. Alas, no. Regained high up the pitch there, George Hurst. Philogene, a little knock inside, really well worked. A good start by Ipswich. Fed across the box. It's Bimble about, and George Hurst gives Ipswich the lead. 3 minutes into this one. If you wanted drama, that's not what you wanted to happen, because Ipswich are immediately in front in this one. They've come out like an absolute train. Already could have been 1-0 up. And Hurst back in the team today, as on played the last few games. Hurst in, and Ipswich lead within 3 minutes. And a big goal at Wrexham. Wrexham 0, Middlesbrough 1. That is a huge cat amongst the pigeons moment there. Ipswich lead and Wrexham are behind. The door is now open in the playoffs. Hull will make the overtake. As we sit right now, Hull in the playoffs, Ipswich in the Premier League. I told you it would be chaos. Nicely worked. Leif Davis bounces about in the box. They try and cut it out off the keeper's shins, and George Hurst pokes it in from 1 yard. He's already smiling before it's even hit the net. He won't get an easier goal. And Ipswich lead 1-0. Conway the scorer for Borough. And that's a big goal. So we've had our first switch of position of the day. Hull are currently 6th, and Wrexham dropped to 8th with that goal. Ipswich 1, QPR 0. This is what Ipswich needed to do. Start strongly. Here they come again. Nunez, Philogene. Philogene bends it. Good save. Can Ipswich get 2 goals up early and put this one almost to bed immediately? As things stand, they're in the Premier League. They're playing really well. Down the right it goes. Crossed in, cleared out. Chair holds it up. Blocked out. Throw in Ipswich. Excellent start. And have Derby scored? The chat is telling me Derby have scored. Wow. Oh, so immediately in the playoff race, if you wanted drama, this is what you want. The highest ranking team is losing and the lowest ranking team is winning. Derby have taken the lead against Sheffield United. Derby are currently in the playoff spots. A complete flip around within 5 minutes of round 46 starting. Derby lead 1-0. Wrexham are behind 1-0. Smodics, the goal scorer. Unbelievable. So the cat amongst the pigeons results or goals you wanted. You wanted a Derby goal and you wanted a Middlesbrough goal. You've got both. Here comes Burns into the box. Crosses low. Philogene blast. Big block. How are Ipswich not 2-0 up in this game already? Absolutely peppering QPR here. Nunes puts it in low. Easy gather for Walsh. Wow. So, as things stand, Middlesbrough have moved up into third place. They lead. That's a good block, actually, Philogene slot. They lead 1-0 at Middlesbrough. Millwall have dropped to fourth as a result. If they score, they'll obviously take that position back. Southampton are also 0-0. They're in fifth. Derby County are currently in sixth position. Derby lead against Sheffield United. Hull are level against Norwich, so they're a point further back. Wrexham are behind early against Middlesbrough, so they drop down to 8th place. We've literally had 6th and 8th place switch over already. Incredible. Philogene coming forward. No free kick for him. There'll be more goals, guys. Don't you worry about that. Hell of a start to this one. Ipswich lead. They are currently up as things stand. Derby and Wrexham have swapped places. Derby are currently going to be playing Middlesbrough. You didn't have that on your bingo card, did you? In the playoffs. It would be Millwall, Southampton. Keep your card marked with all the playoff permutations as they change during the day. Portsmouth 1, Birmingham 0. That will facilitate a position change. Pompey are about to go above Stoke in your live league tables. QPR got it at the back. Thank you for the super chat so far. By the way, we've got a 10 super chat target today. We've got a big one, so we are 3 for 10. So I really, really appreciate your support already there. Gaffer, Dave and Kelly, thank you so much. I'm going to get to see the Derby goal picture in picture. Smodics, the scorer. It's crossed over, recycled to the back of the box, drilled in low, and Smodics is even closer in than George Hurst. He's literally on the goal line where he puts that one in. 1-0 Derby is a big goal. Burns works that inside. Hurst knocks it on. Philogene touch. Philogene strokes the ball into the corner. And Ipswich have been absolutely superb in the first 10 minutes of this one. It's Ipswich 2, QPR 0. We spoke about the possibility and the best case scenario of Ipswich is, can you get 2 goals up early? It's thoroughly deserved from Town. And it is 2-0. It could genuinely be 4-0 after 10 minutes. This one, obviously, QPR on the beach, nothing to play for. Ipswich, everything to play for. They had it from a goal kick, QPR. Nunes knocks it off. Hurst looks onside, round the corner. Philogene looks just about level, doesn't it? Turns inside, easy stroke into the corner. Ipswich 2, QPR 0. And we haven't hit the 10-minute mark here. Ipswich go 2 up immediately in this one. Philogene strokes it in. And Ipswich are headed back, as he does his celebration, to the Premier League. They just need to keep the pedal down, Town, now, don't they? And this could be out of sight. This is exactly what happened against Exeter in League One. Ipswich were actually 5 up within 25 minutes of that one. The game just got loose and got away from the opponent. And QPR can't get the ball. And Ipswich look irresistible. He'll feed down the line to Philogene. Greaves. O'Shea. Davis. You almost hope from an Ipswich point of view that QPR pack up and say, okay, we'll take 2-0 right now. Right, here's an interesting goal. Preston 0, Southampton 1. Southampton are about to close up on Millwall by 2 points, but they will stay in 5th as things stand. Southampton have taken the lead up at Deepdale. Varane, little knock forward, and QPR in the Ipswich half for virtually the first time this game. Varane again, chair. Madsen. QPR just got it in the centre circle. They've worked it quite nicely here. Shot from the edge of the box. With not a great deal of power on it. Easy save. Didn't look an incredibly confident strike, did it, by Nick Madsen. Harwood Bellis. Thank you, Brendan, who's always good in the chat for goal updates. Burns chases down the line. Burns sticks it into the box. Easy gather for Joe Walsh. In goal for QPR. Ipswich already had 4 shots on target in this game. It's been a lightning quick start by the Tractor Boys. It's been a lightning quick start in the Championship. Some big goals already. Ipswich 2-0 up against QPR. George Hurst. Excuse me. Can't lose my voice on final day. George Hurst and Jaden Philogene with the goals. Middlesbrough lead 1-0 at Wrexham. They are currently 3rd. Millwall are level against QPR. They have dropped to 4th. Southampton are 1 up at Preston, Harwood Bellis. They are staying in 5th but keeping their run up. Here's the big one. Derby are 6th as things stand. Derby lead 1-0, and because Wrexham are behind and Hull have not managed to get themselves in front yet. Derby would play Middlesbrough in the playoffs as things stand. Philogene just bumped off the ball there by Mbenge. There is Chris Kiwomya in the crowd there. Played for both. Promoted with Ipswich. Next to the great Simon Milton, who I share a birthday with. What joy, Simon, hey? Matasiwa, who I've literally not mentioned all game. He's not had to do anything yet, has he? In defensive midfield. A couple of other goals to mention. Pompey 1. Birmingham 0. Bristol City lead 1-0 against Stoke. And that just about wraps us up, doesn't it? Who scored for Pompey? Segacic again. What an end to the season he's having. Swansea 1, Charlton 0. I'm just going to assume that's Vipotnik, but we'll find out. No, disallowed. No goal. Fake news. Forget that one. I think we are all up to date. Always fun and games when there are 12 games going on at the one time. $15 gone. Ipswich 2-0 up. And yes, if you're neutral, you wanted QPR to be 2-0 up by now for some chaos, didn't you? But if you are of an Ipswich persuasion, you will be jolly pleased with the first 15 minutes of this one. Not forward long. Benny chases in behind. Easy header away from Christian Walton. Furlong. Knocked up the line. Burns. Switch of play. Philogene. Great control. And then not so great little drag. Philogene goes down. Is hurt. Are QPR going to put it out? They are not. And Bengay switches the play. Chair chests it down. Normally get a foul in these situations, don't we, where one player is down. And the referee does eventually stop the game. Philogene holding his left ankle. Tried a little trick there. Ouch. I think Vale just trod on him. Don't think there was any foul there, was there? I think he just accidentally stood on him. Painful nonetheless. And Philogene gets some treatment. So, in the two big situations here, second place and sixth place, it is Ipswich and Derby at the moment. Ipswich were favourites, but Derby were outsiders, and they are currently in sixth position. Smodics has given Derby the lead against Sheffield United early in that one, 5th minute. Wrexham went behind very early. Conway in 4 minutes to Borough. And with Hull level, that meant we got a very quick little switch around. I think Hull were obviously in the playoff spots for between minute 4 and minute 9. And then Derby took it. But we all know the deal. If Sheffield United score, Hull will be in the top 6. If Wrexham equalise, well, not a lot changes there. But yeah, you could get a manoeuvre on the next goal. So in the playoffs currently, Middlesbrough would play Derby, Millwall would play Southampton. Michael, am I feeling a bit calmer now? I would like to think, if you've watched the whole stream, I've been pretty calm and will try and remain so. Norrington Davis. Clark Salter. Absolute domination from Ipswich in this game so far. Watford 0. Coventry 1. Which is going to put Coventry up to potentially 95 points, which is a brilliant total. Anything above 92 is outstanding in my opinion. Closer you get to 100, even better. Watford are currently 14th. Do they drop? Do you know, Watford don't drop any places because all around them, Preston are losing, QPR are losing, Sheffield United are losing and Stoke are losing. So no one to make the overtake. Madsen just got bumped off the ball by Leif Davis. I think he's possibly winded there. And we get another stoppage in this one. Thank you to the wonderful people over at Betfred. And we're actually going to be doing the playoffs with the team over at the Sportsman. So really excited to tell you more about that as we get into that next Friday or Saturday. Just seeing the Town goals back again. For those of you telling me to get more excited, I tell you what, you do you, and I'll just focus on broadcasting, yeah? You need to understand the reality for me now is this, here. If I was in the stadium, I'd be very excited, but I got a job to do. We're coming up the quarter mark here. Maddie in TikTok says Birmingham have equalised. Is that the case? We will find out imminently. Soft Cello. Thank you so much. Thank $9.99 on the super chat. Thank you, matey. Thanks for giving us a great channel, live streams, and all other uploads for this season. Ben, cannot wait for Ipswich to join us, Coventry City, in the Premier League. We can talk about that in hour and a half when it's happened. Chickens hatching. Thank you very, very much for the super chat. And Grand Prairie Cobra. He is literally a cobra. Cheers from Texas, Ben. Thank you so much, boss. Very, very kind. Indeedio. That puts us to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 super chats. Woof. That wasn't fake news. Thank you on TikTok. Yeah, Pompey 1, Birmingham 1. We have an equaliser down at Fratton. Birmingham have scored on 22 there. Dar O'Shea, big booming switch of play there. Let me just bring the mic closer. I don't lose my voice today. There's the great Russell Osman. Mark Venus as well. Plenty of luminaries there. Little bit of calm after a crazy opening 10 minutes on Championship final day. As things stand, Ipswich will finish second. Derby will be in 6th, and they will play Middlesbrough in the playoffs. That could all change many, many times between now and about 2:30. Clark Salter's got it at the back for QPR. Walsh prangs it down the middle of the pitch. Held by Taylor and out to Philogene. Davis. O'Shea. Furlong. Furlong plays the channel. Not great ball. I think Clark Salter can shepherd that fairly. Yeah, he stays within playing distance to the ball. Nunes can't get there. Nunes looks accusingly at Furlong. As if to say, give me a chance. "24 up. Ipswich 2 goals to the good. Takeover done and no points deduction next season. We've got some happy Sheffield Wednesday fans down there on TikTok as well. Lovely stuff. Throwing QPR, right wing, and Bengay tosses it in short. And within 5 seconds, the ball's back with the QPR keeper. Oh, don't lose that there. And Ipswich have won it back. Nunes on the right. I wonder if the referee is going to bring the yellow card out when this is all broken down or resulting in whatever it's going to result in. O'Shea, Burns, Furlong, O'Shea, Greaves, Philogene. All in front of QPR, but hey, the score's 2-0 and QPR don't have the ball. Furlong. Burns. Furlong. Taylor back to Furlong. Feed down the line, and it's 2 in a row from Furlong. He's kind of misplaced. 26 up. Jez, thank you. Sounds like I was having a rough day the other day on 3 at the back. I was, God. The struggle is real. You know I have issues with my neck. There's just certain days I just wake up and I'm just in lots of pain. And that was one of them. Not a lot of fun. But we got through it. And here we are. Hey? Walton. O'Shea plays the channel. Hurst, little nod down. But Burns falls over. It's Ashley Young, who will be retiring. I wonder if he will get... Is he on the bench, Young? I didn't check. He might get a sentimental 2-minute run out at the end of this one. Who knows? Right, big goal. Big goal coming at you right now. Wrexham 1. Middlesbrough 1. Wrexham have equalised and have Norwich literally scored in the same minute. It's sensational. I think we might have a goal for Wrexham and a goal for Norwich in the same minute there. Incredible. We'll wait for confirmation. That is very bad news for Hull and quite bad news for Derby. But Derby will hold 6th place as things stand, even with that Wrexham goal. And all changed. There you go. Everything moved at once there. Offside flag up there against Leif Davis. Restart there. So, it's now Derby 1, Sheffield United 0. That's not changed. Derby 72. Wrexham have equalised. So they are at 71 from 70. And Norwich have taken the lead. So Hull are at 70. So currently, Derby 6th, 72. Wrexham 7th, 71. Hull 8th, 70. Derby winning, Wrexham drawing, Hull losing. Thank you in the chat. It says Windass for Wrexham, scream of a free kick. And Toure for Norwich. And I just caught that going in, picture in picture. Josh Windass doing his non-celebration. Hull have got a penalty. Oh, the race for 6th place is tremendous here. Hull have immediately got a penalty. I think Mo Toure is the goal scorer for Norwich. But I think Hull have immediately got themselves a spot kick. So we could get Hull equalising. In which case they will tie up once again on 71 with Wrexham. Hull have equalised. Hull 1, Norwich 1. A short-lived lead for Norwich. Nothing doing in the Ipswich game at the moment. We're just focusing. Thank you, Brendan. McBurney. From the spot, Hull are level. Drama in the 6th placed race. O'Shea. Attack against defence here. Greaves knocks it back to O'Shea. Absolute flurry of action there in the 6th place race. If I can remember correctly, we got a goal from Windass for Wrexham, immediately followed by a goal by Toure for Norwich, immediately followed by a penalty and a goal for McBurney for Hull. Davis down the left-hand side. Philogene cuts inside, crosses left-footed. Hurst, little header back. It breaks. in the box for Darnell Furlong, who tries to fashion it goal, which puts it over the bar. Again, that offside line from QPR, very crooked. Philogene had a lovely old time today. Hurst was onside, Burns wasn't. It's a good chance that for Furlong. Has Chair had any impact? And how's Benny doing, Ben? Dave, I hate to break this to you, but QPR have barely touched the ball, so neither. I've just seen McBurney's penalty. Cool and calm, right-footed. Hull will be very aware that were they to take the lead, they would take 6th place. They need to win, Hull, and they possibly need to rack up some goals. Easier said than done against Norwich. Crossed in low and cleared. Breaks for Wes Burns down the right. Norrington Davis chases him. Burns turns inside. In the playoff spots at the moment, Derby Millwall, of course. I didn't mention that the second Wrexham and Windass scored. The playoff semi-final changed, didn't it? Because Middlesbrough dropped from 3rd to 5th. That's final day for you guys. 1 goal and someone drops 2 places. And a playoff final completely changes. The butterfly effect, I think that is called. Clipped into the box. So I got some more super chats here. I did not see them, so I apologise. All boxed up. Sir Ben's exciting day of EFL. Big up, Ben. Thank you so much. All boxed up. Mr. Piccolo. Ben, did I see the Leeds goals last night? I think I did. I popped them on as I was falling asleep. Stack put one in the corner, didn't he? Calvert-Lewin poked one in. Can I remember the other one? Can't remember the other one. Yeah, I think I might have seen them and then forgot them. But yeah, never mind the goals. Leeds, 43 points now? Wow. How about that? Scott. Burns puts in a particularly dreadful cross there into Churchman's behind the goal. Hello. Millwall 1, Oxford 0. Millwall lead and will now go to 83 points. That's all Millwall can do today. If there is a collapse from Ipswich, Millwall just need to be there, don't they? And ready with 3 points. And they are doing it. And they are also pretty much guaranteeing that Southampton or Middlesbrough are not going to finish 3rd. Scott, sorry in the chat there. Going early here and saying congrats from a Hammers fan. Thank you. I will not comment on any such things until about 2:30. Millwall lead though. And by the way, 83 points if Millwall finish with that. Superb. Down the left wing comes Chair, holds it up. O'Shea goes him to the corner flag. Chair, good dribbler. Knocks it back to Reece Norrington Davis. Chair. Madsen. It's the second kind of weak shot from Madsen in this game where you feel he's almost gone, I'll get a shot off, I may as well. And pretty much just passed it back to Christian Welton. Femi Aziz, the goal scorer for Millwall, their star player this season, gives the Lions the lead against Oxford United, already relegated. So we now have 5 of the current top 6 lead in the Championship. That would be Coventry, that would be Ipswich, Millwall, Southampton and Derby all lead. In fact, I'm going to see the Femi Aziz goal picture in picture. Worked out to the right wing. I bet he's going to go left foot and swaz it in. No, he went on his right foot and hammered it in, actually. Great goal by Femi there. Truly a 2-footed player. Is he getting himself limbered up for the playoffs, or is that going to be a famous goal? that may provide Millwall Premier League football. Not as it stands, but QPR are having their best spell in the game at the moment. Although, as I say that, the ball's turned over. And the bar is not high. Greaves, Taylor, Matasiwa, 36 up. If you happen to be an Ipswich fan of a nervous disposition, that clock might be ticking very, very slowly. Hypothetically speaking. Clark Salter knocks it into midfield. Knocked into the channel. QPR player hit the deck. I don't think there's going to be a foul given. Is there? Yeah, there is. His chair went down. Free kick Rangers. I didn't see it. The camera didn't catch it. Free kick Rangers. Only a few games with no goals. Blackburn 0, Leicester 0. Wednesday 0, West Brom 0, Swansea 0, Charlton 0. By the way, we did not give a shout out to Ellis Sims, who is the Coventry goal scorer today. Coventry heading for a 95-point season. Outstanding. What more can you say? Channel ball out to Benge, who's high in his fullback role there. Ball bouncing about, and Benge's got it edge of the box, drills the shot, blocked. Bounces nicely, knocked to Benny edge of the box. Vale gets it out of his feet, a horrible shank over the bar. Sheffield Wednesday have taken the lead. If they were to win, they would finish the season on 0 points. They have not won a home game all season. They have only one win all season Wednesday. Are they going to finish on 0? Can you imagine? Taylor. Blocked. Chair carries it forward. Madsen. Benny. And Benge. Ipswich keep on running and closing down Rangers, who keep on circulating the ball to no great effect yet. They switch wings now. And Benge has got it. Chalobah, thanks Brendan, is the goal scorer. Wednesday lead in form West Brom. Who, by the way, fact check me on this. I think West Brom got 7 clean sheets in 8, right? Not an easy side to score by. Morgan. Chair. Madsen. Chair. Morgan. Chair. It's good football by QPR. Norrington Davis have worked it into the box. Knocked to the edge. Shooting chance, is it for Varane? He works it. Good strike that. Blocked. And Benge into the box. Oof. Oh, really poor defending by Ipswich. They had probably 5 chances to clear that and didn't take a single one. Little bit lucky that there was no shot on goal for QPR in that flurry. Oh, big goal. Wrexham 2. Middlesbrough 1. Wrexham have come from behind. They went behind in minute 4. Conway. Windass equalised with a free kick. Wrexham now lead and have taken back 6th place. And Sheffield Wednesday have gone 2-0 up. Unbelievable. In comes the corner from QPR. Walton catches it. Big news, though, in the 6th place race. Sam Smith has scored for Wrexham. So your live league table is about to update and put Wrexham back into 6th place where they started the day. So are you following? Wrexham 73, Derby 72, Hull 71. Now the only thing that can change that now is if Hull take the lead and stretch their legs. Hull need the goal difference. Derby can't do anything while Wrexham are winning. They literally can't muster up the points. Smith, the scorer. Wrexham are going to face Millwall in the playoffs as things stand. I'm going to get the goal picture in picture. Looks like Kabore down the right. I'm straining my terrible middle-aged eyesight. Oh, great goal. Absolute bullet header by Smith. Kabore is excellent, isn't he? The right wing back there. Get it in the box. I tell you. Smith, before Brennan goal for Borough can even see that, it's flown past him. Liam Palmer, thanks Brendan, gets the second goal for Sheffield Wednesday, who are 2 up. Baggies on the beach, Baggies on the beach. Oh my goodness me. Wrexham 2, Middlesbrough 2. Absolute popcorn over at the Stoke Arras. We've had 4 goals in the first half. Wrexham have been in the playoffs, out of the playoffs, in the playoffs. They're now back out of the playoffs. Incredible stuff. Middlesbrough equalise. 4 goals in the first half. Strelic has scored for Borough. And my God, Wrexham fans, are you getting seasick? They're in, they're out, they're in, and they're out again. It's off and on again. Watford 0, Coventry 2. I love the Championship, says Michael. Absolute chaos on final day. It's like this every year. Come and see us again next year on final day. Absolute scenes. We're going picture in picture to the Stoke Arras, but Ipswich are on the attack. Can I watch both things at the same time? Ipswich cross into the middle. And as a result, I have missed the Middlesbrough goal. Looked like a cross in from the left wing and Strelec puts it home. I could wind back, but I can't be bothered. Well, I say I can't be bothered. This remote does funny things to the lights, which is powered by this remote. And I don't want the lights to go funny. So I'm not going to do anything. I'll tell you what, somebody describe Strelic's goal in the chat for me. And I'll just read that out. Thanks, chat, as ever. Sims again for Coventry. Lee, are QPR playing today? Yeah, they've played for 2 or 3 minutes out of 44 so far. Hurst holds that. Foul. Just near halfway. Good play by Hurst. Buy his team some territory. Edwards just goes through the back of him. Body in the way. Foul by Ronnie Edwards, former Peterborough centre-back and captain for QPR. 5 minutes, first half stoppage time. Last 10 minutes, by the way, QPR 6 shots and 62% possession. There's not been that much danger, and sometimes you can get a scramble, which we did, where you get 3 or 4 shots in one phase, and of course, you can only score once in one phase, can't you? Michael, out for a 5k race. We'll go and enjoy, mate. What sort of time are you going to post, Michael? Half time's coming in, by the way. O'Shea, Philogene. Third goal for Ipswich in first half stoppage time would really properly absolutely kill this if you don't think it is already. Foul on Philogene, free kick. Ipswich. Yeah, it's pull on the arm from Jonathan Varane. There you go, mind the sky. Strelic scored after connecting with a nice pass from the left. Slammed home from between the 6-yard box and the spot, I think. Nothing much the keeper could have done. What great description. You want a job? Mind the sky. Free kick. Ipswich Town. Dara O'Shea doing his normal whispering in people's ears. Probably be Ipswich's player of the season, O'Shea, the captain. Leif Davis is going to whip this one over. Rangers holding the offside line. This could go short, actually. Nunes is dangerously positioned. In it goes. Deflected. Bimbles out for a corner. Furlong was on the near post. So it looks like our game will probably be one of the last to finish for half time. And therefore we'll go over all the half time score lines. Then, corner Ipswich. "25 minutes. I can't do it in under half hour, Michael. But I'm old. In goes the corner. Easy gather. For Walsh, 47:40 on the clock. Joe Walsh there, a bit of a desperado with that goal kick. Rushed it, put it straight out of play. Someone will notice. Throw in Furlong. O'Shea, Matasiwa. So most of the games are at half-time now in Championship round 46. We still have 90 seconds of this one to go. Furlong's done well, puts it across the box. Philogene backstick as a foul. In the centre is going to be a QPR restart. Annie, not that anyone cares, mate. You're in the one place where people actually do care here about a Bristol City Stoke dead rubber. Not sure Stoke can be any more laid back. Some weird defending. Overall, a weird game. City lead 1-0. Half time. Delano Bergzog. Easy for you to say. An early goal scorer in this one. Chair popping up left and right now, as he tends to. And Bengay, oh, nice one around the corner to Vale. One more. And Bengay. Oh, lovely feet there, edge of the box. Jack Taylor did really well there. Jack Taylor is one of these players we've written off multiple times in terms of Ipswich signing lots of players in that area. And here he is as a starter in an absolutely vital game in round 46, where Ipswich are playing for promotion and they're getting it as things stand. 2-0 up. Right, half time. Kieran McKenna walks purposefully towards the tunnel, starts jogging, where he's going to be saying to his players, focus, focus, focus. No red cards, no penalties. Don't do anything stupid now in this second half, and you are in. the Premier League. Let's just read you down your half times from the top of the table. Watford 0, Coventry 2. Coventry are going to go to 95 points. Watford are currently going to finish 16th. It's Ipswich 2, QPR 0. Ipswich will finish second as things stand. But Millwall are keeping them honest because they lead 1-0 against Oxford. So should Ipswich collapse and this game ends level, Millwall will take second place. That's all they could have done today. Millwall are doing their job and will currently finish on 83 points and face Derby County in the playoffs. We'll get to that. Preston 0, Southampton 1. Saints will overtake Middlesbrough as things stand. But we've had fun and games with Middlesbrough. Let's move on to that because Middlesbrough are drawing 2-2 at Wrexham, where Borough led, went behind and then equalised. Been a hell of a game over at the Stoke Ras, which means Derby, who lead 1-0 against Sheffield United, are currently in 6th. So your playoffs at half-time here, I can get rid of that clock probably, can't I? Should we do that? It's distracting me. Your playoffs currently at half-time will be Millwall against Derby, with Millwall playing second at home, and Southampton versus Middlesbrough, with Southampton playing second at home. Further down the table, Hull 1, Norwich 1. Hull will miss out as things stand. However, if Hull score the next goal in the race for 6th place, they would take it. It's not a bad position for Hull. It could be worse. They're getting a favour from Borough as things stand. And remember, they would overtake if they win and Wrexham don't. Derby can't match Hull in terms of points if Hull win. Further on down, Pompey 1, Birmingham 1. Birmingham are going to finish 10th. Bristol City 1, Stoke 0. Bristol City are going to finish 11th. Swansea 0, Charlton 0. Charlton are going to finish 12th. Preston are currently 13th. QPR 14th. Sheffield United 15th. Watford 16th. Stoke 17th. Pompey 18th. Charlton 19th. We have not mentioned once Blackburn 0, Leicester 0. And Blackburn are 20th. West Brom are 2 down at Sheffield Wednesday, who will finish on 0 points in 24th as things stand. Oxford 22nd, that is guaranteed. Leicester 23rd, that is guaranteed. There we go. Right. That is our halftime housekeeping done. I'm going to go and get a drink. If you're watching on TikTok, hit follow right now because I'm going to stop this stream and I'm going to return in 5 minutes. So hit follow right now on TikTok and I will see you then. Goodbye to the gorgeous people over there. And to the gorgeous people over here, I'm going to hit the sting up for a 5-minute break over half-time. Grab a drink and we will return for the second half of this. Currently the two big stories. Ipswich will finish second and Derby, to check myself there, will finish 6th. This is your final day. Watch along. We'll be back in 5 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everybody. Half time on round 46. And the two big stories that we needed sorting out for today currently have Ipswich Town getting promoted in second place, and Derby County are currently in sixth place, heading for the playoffs. We are at half time. Your scorelines are Blackburn 0, Leicester 0. Bristol City 1, Stoke 0. Derby 1, Sheffield United 0. Hull 1, Norwich 1. Hull get the next goal, by the way, in round 46. Things change, big style. Ipswich 2, QPR 0. Millwall 1, Oxford 0. Pompey 1, Birmingham 1. Preston 0. Southampton 1, Wednesday 2, West Brom 0. Swansea 0, Charlton 0, Watford 0, Coventry 2. And maybe the most popcorn box office game is Wrexham 2, Middlesbrough 2, which has kind of held the key to the sixth place race, being, pretty box office, hasn't it? Right, let me say some huge thank yous. We have got a 10 Super Chat target today, and we've got 8. So if you can get us over the line, remember it's always free to watch this, but if you can, support with a super chat or a super sticker, that makes all the difference, especially as we come in to the barren post-season period. So let me say thank you to Gaffer, Dave, Kelly, Soft Shallow, Grand Prairie Cobra, All Boxed Up, Mr. Piccolo, and Scott. Thank you to you wonderful super chatty people, and thank you to the fine people at Betfred. As I mentioned earlier in the stream, we're going to announce this properly soon, but live playoff coverage is going to be over on the Sportsman channel. You'll still get previews and reviews here on this channel, but we've got some plans with the Sportsman for that. So do make sure you are subscribed to the Sportsman Untitled channel. I know lots of you are. And I will also be on the Sportsman on Tuesday for a playoff special featuring, at the moment, fans of Millwall, Southampton, Middlesbrough and Derby. We'll see what happens in the next hour as things add up. Your championship table with 45 minutes of the season to play has Coventry champions, Ipswich second, Millwall facing Derby in the playoffs, with Millwall playing home second. Southampton facing Borough in the playoffs, with Saints at home second. And we already knew this. Wednesday, Leicester and Oxford are going to be in League One next season. But as things stand, Wednesday will get their first home win of the season. And they will finish on 0 points. How about that? Just subscribe to the Sportsman. Excellent stuff. Thank you, Slink Spritz. By the way, you can also subscribe to this here channel if you haven't already. Should we do a sub surge? They normally work. We just went over 60,000 subscribers. Can you imagine that? Absolutely tremendous work from you lot. So let's do a sub surge. If you haven't already and you're on YouTube, wherever you're watching, Twitter, Facebook, hit the follow, subscribe, join, whatever the lingo is on your platform of choice. Right now, we call this a sub surge. Go. Thank you, everybody. Steve, is that one of the famous Donovan brothers there, one of the Millwall lads? Thank you. Super chat there. Thank you for your hard work this season. Thank you for your super chat, Steve. Last plug, I promise. We are 9 super chats for 10. So one more super chat and we have hit that target. Thank you very, very much, everybody, for your support today here on final day. But don't worry, because we have the brilliant thing that is the playoffs coming up. The end of season tournament of tournaments. You love to see it. Coming up, I think Friday and Saturday are the first two legs, and then is it Monday and Tuesday next week? Can someone fact check me on that in the chat? When's the second legs of the playoffs? Is it Monday, Tuesday? Is it Friday, Saturday? Monday, Tuesday? I can't remember. I know it's Friday, Saturday because I'm up in Manchester for it. So there you go. Right. We should be about good to go. Fair play to a 91-year-old, is he Preston fan? Doing a 500-mile cycle. I mean, that is sensational, isn't it? We are about to get going for the second half. We've got some subs here for QPR. Looks like Paul Smith's going to come in to the game. And Tylon Smith as well, who I've never seen play, I don't think. So a Smith with a Y and then a Smith with an I, both coming into the game for QPR. As things stand, Ipswich will finish second. Derby will enter the playoffs in 6th. But, dare I say, that's going to change as the second half goes on. Here we go. Your last 45 minutes of the 25-26 EFL Championship season is about to begin. And we are off. Ipswich 2 up against QPR here. And remember, the second halves elsewhere are already up and running, and we've had 2 quick goals there. George Hurst bends that one. Goalwards. Millwall are 2 up, and Southampton are 2 up. So 2 teams that, as things stand, are going to go into the playoffs, have both got themselves 2-0 up, and we are 10 for 10 on the Super Chats. So I'm going to go like that first and say we don't need any more Super Chats. If you want to, you can. Thank you so much, but we've hit the target, and I love you all, especially Dave, who super chatted earlier. That's a double. Thank you, Dave. And by the way, Dave, Rich said thank you as well from Blue Monday, because I know you're over there for the preview show. Congratulations on going up, Ben. Hasn't happened yet. And Ipswich hope ours come back stronger next season. Today hasn't been enjoyable from an ours standpoint. No. Tricky when you're on the beach on final day. Darnell Furlong has gone into the book, by the way, for taking down Paul Smith. Smith's first involvement in the game. Dave, thank you so much, buddy. And thank you, everybody. 10 Super Chats up. I need to reset the teams, don't I? Especially with those substitutions. We'll do it in a sec. It's Clark, Salter and Madsen who went out for QPR, by the way. That's me half telling myself and telling you. Borough have brought on Riley McGree and Alan Brown at half time. Oh, they're going for it, are they? I'm seeing the second Millwall goal picture in picture. Back stick, Aziz again. Aziz is on a hat-trick. So if you were to get 2 QPR goals and another one from Femi Aziz, he could write himself into folklore by sending Millwall up with a hat-trick. Both Millwall and Ipswich are 2-0 up as things stand. The second Southampton goal that went in pretty sharpish was scored by Ross Stewart. Right, let's reset these teams here. I moan about the weather in England, don't I, all the time? It's bloody hot in here today. Am I getting the fan out? Very soon. We'll find out. Ipswich, line up today. Walton, Furlong, O'Shea, Greaves, Davis, Furlong in the book. Matasiwa, Taylor, Burns, Nunes, Philogene and George Hurst. Hurst and Philogene with the goals. Furlong in the book. QPR made a couple of changes at half-time. Both players who came on were called Smith. Walsh and Bengay, Edwards, Clark Salter out, replaced by Smith. Norrington Davis, Chair Morgan, Varane, Madsen out, replaced by Smith. Benny and Vale. Leif Davis is down, just blocked off the ball. Don't think it was Varane that got penalised there. A cool 19 degrees here in Brisbane. Very nice. We've got another super chat. Thank you. We've hit the target. Ooh, that's a very errant pass. And QPR now with Smith down the left, crossed in near post. Kieran McKenna will clearly have said at halftime, no silly mistakes. Don't let them back in. That would have been one, wouldn't it? Mark, really appreciate all your content throughout all the leagues with all the fantastic people. Cheers to you and all of your family. Thank you so, so much. Mark. Very, very kind. We've hit our target, but we really, really appreciate all of your super chats. And that's not Mark's first. So that is very, very kind. Is my coffee cool enough to drink? We will find out. Don't think so. It's going to be another corner for Rangers, is it? No, Philogene is jogging back to halfway. He's done his defensive work. Wrexham and Derby doing the equivalent of the football hokey cokey today. Well, that's what I was going to say. That's what last day's all about. Would have been a good hokey cokey pun if I'd meant it. Maybe I just have comedy just naturally exuding from me. Smith does not foul Hurst. Looked like he had there. Nothing given. O'Shea. Furlong goes home. Hefty touch by Walton, but he'll have time to spin that around. Clip forward by O'Shea, flicked on by Hurst. And Bengo closed down by Philogene, goes home. Greaves wins the header. Matasiwa given away. Pretty poor starts the second half by Ipswich. Smith travelling. Great dribble by Smith. Oh, he's done brilliantly. He's fouled. The yellow card surely is coming out for that one. Paul Smith turning into Maradona there. Ipswich looked very nervous at the start of the second half. I assume Greaves goes into the book for that, does he? Brilliant from Smith. Not entirely sure why Greaves wouldn't get booked for that. Looks like a nailed on yellow to me. Brilliant play by Smith. Only a couple of goals so far in the second half. Millwall got a second through Aziz. Southampton got a second through Stewart. And Ilias Chair is going to have a crack at goal from this free kick. Chair steps up, puts it over the bar. And this is the point where Ipswich need to wake up because it's been a nervy start to the second half, hasn't it? A couple of unforced errors, a couple of fouls. Smith, the left wing QPR sub, not the centre half, has had an impact already. Right, cheers everybody. I'm going to attempt my coffee now. Channel ball for Hurst. Good hold. Hurst back. Taylor, Furlong. Sorry, Burns to Furlong. Matasiwa. Greaves. Davis. Greaves. Matasiwa. Lovely lifted ball. Philogene. Brilliant save by Walsh. Great move by Ipswich as well. Great save by the QPR keeper there. It was life in the fast lane for Philogene there, and Joe Walsh gets down to his left. Makes a really good save. Philogene didn't do a lot wrong with that shot. Great little clip over by Matasiwa. Good save that. Really good. Got hold of the volley nicely enough. Just a good bit of goalkeeping, isn't it? Greaves goes home. Ipswich waking up after a slow start to the second half. I'm going to drink my coffee and then we're going to get across all of the permutations. Greaves to Davis. Davis went by Vale. Fans down there in the Pioneer wanted a foul. Nothing doing. And Bengay throws it in. Bit of a loose one. One back by O'Shea. Glossy back heel there. It's gone out. All the Ipswich subs. The Alex Ferguson playbook, that one. All appealing. Whether it was their ball or not. Appeal for everything, Fergie used to say. Right, so as things stand, Ipswich will go up in second unless we get 2 goals from QPR. Millwall will finish third. Southampton fourth. Middlesbrough fifth. Derby County are currently sixth. They lead 1-0. Clipped into the box. Nice take by Chair, who's been whistled offside. Derby are still currently sixth because they are leading against Sheffield United. Wrexham are seventh. They are drawing. If he's been flagged for offside there, that is an atrocious decision. Chair was not offside then as he went to chest it down. Right, where did I get to in the table? So look, if Wrexham score, they will go into the playoffs. If Hull score, they will go into the playoffs. So the 6th place race as we approach the hour mark on final day could change with a goal from Wrexham or a goal from Hull. We'll see. Did he get whistled for handball, did he? Must have been, because he wasn't offside, was he? Walsh bowls that one out. Edwards. Smith knocks it into central midfield. It's turned over. Taylor draws the foul. Takes the free kick quickly. Hurst, edge of the box. And Hurst was offside. Vale, nice carry. Oh, Smith. Smith drills the shot. Good save. Oh, goodness me. Smith's dribbling has been excellent. The ball went loose there after Walton saved it. You wondered whether it was going to be followed in. But Smith's causing havoc there, starting on the left and coming across to his right twice now. He's not been followed by anyone in particularly. Daniel Benny was following it in. It's really good defending by Dara O'Shea, wasn't it? And at the moment, if you're a QPR fan, you're saying, get Paul Smith the ball. I think when Benny slid in there, we haven't had a shot at the pitch for about 90 seconds. Did he possibly foul O'Shea? It looked like O'Shea had the final touch and there was no corner. Coventry are 3-0 up. Ellis Sims has a hat-trick. Comfortable win for Coventry. Big defeat for Watford coming. Does not bode well for Edward Still being the Watford manager when we're sat here at the start of next season. Burns blocked out. Throw in Ipswich. Preston have won back. The goals are a-flowing on final day. Preston 1. Southampton 2. Lewis Dobbin. Thank you, Brendan, in the chat again. Anis Mehmeti looks like he's getting ready on the Town bench to come into the game. Probably for Marcelino Nunes. Long throw in goes in. Easy catch for Walsh in the QPR 6-yard box. We're coming up the hour mark in this game. And we have a big goal at Pride Park, which is about to change the playoff position. Sheffield United have equalised. Derby 1, Sheffield United 1 means Wrexham are about to move back into 6th place on your live league table because it's as you were. Everybody is level now. And we went into today with Wrexham on the goal difference from Hull, 1 point ahead of Derby. So if everybody draws, Wrexham will take 6th. Tom Cannon has got the equalising goal there. Big goal, that one. And Wrexham, as a result, move in to 6th place. Bit of a kerfuffle there with Mbenge and Philogene. And Mbenge loves a yellow card, doesn't he? The right back for QPR. Came in, I think, from Reading this season. Just getting a bit friendly there with Jaden Philogene in front of Julian Stefan and Kieran McKenna. Ref's giving it the whole, I don't want to send anyone off. Philogene refusing the handshake there of Mbenge, as he knew he was about to get substituted. Philogene out the game. Jack Clark, who was absolutely brilliant at Southampton the other night, comes in. Wes Burns is going to come out. And Casey McAteer is coming in. Derby should have been out of sight by now. Well, they're not. And Sheffield United have scored. Tom Cannon has equalised. A big goal. I was sat here saying, well, what if Hull score next? What if Wrexham score next? But what if Sheffield United score next? Had the same effect, didn't it? Has switched over the incumbent team in 6th place. Wes Burns gets a big hug from Kieran McKenna. As I said on Tuesday night, we were covering Ipswich Southampton. If it's a big game for Ipswich over the last few years, Wes Burns starts, doesn't he? Kieran McKenna trusts that guy with his life, doesn't he? Saito in for chair as well. So Clark, Mehmeti, no, not Mehmeti, idiot. Clark, McAteer, and Saito all in. If Borough score now, there's a few of those that'll be bubbling around, won't they? If anybody can get themselves in front, 6th place is up for grabs. Corner goes short. Jack Clark. Clark, little dribble. Where's he going? Clark, I remember, was on loan at QPR once, wasn't he? He's got it back to Nunes. Nunes clips it back stick. Headed away. Taylor. Conservative corner set up from Ipswich there. Didn't send too many forward, as you can imagine. It's one down the line. Completely overcooked. McAteer cannot keep it in. Restart. Right, I think I'm going to see the Tom Cannon goal here. They've timed that well, Sky. Don't know why they don't do that always. Put it on a goal kick. It's like a rugby goal. That, if you know what I mean. You know, in rugby where one runs forward, passes it diagonally back, again diagonally back, and Cannon puts it in. We are 25 minutes plus stoppage time away from the end of the 25-26 EFL Championship season. And the big storylines on final day. Ipswich, as things stand, will finish second. Wrexham, as things stand, will finish 6th. But there's still time for that to change once again. Leif Davis inside to Jack Clark and Bengay biting at his heels. Matasiwa knocks it off to Greaves, which was getting a bit of control of possession now. Livened up a bit by the arrival of Jack Clark, who dribbles off the left but then gives the ball away. It's a foul by Taylor there, but ref gives advantage. Matasiwa out to Leif Davis. Ipswich playing a bit of keep ball here at the 65-minute mark. Oh, nice one down the line. Smith on the cover. Is it a corner? Ref hasn't got a clue. Pauses and pauses. And in the end, someone gets in his ear and tells him it's a corner. Should it have been? Yes. Right decision. Blindside there, the officials comes off Tylon Smith's knee. Leif Davis couldn't be walking slower to take this corner. Ipswich trying to run the clock down, as you would. Dar O'Shea up for the corner. Davis pretends he can't hear him, which kills another couple of seconds. Corner goes short into Casey McAteer. McAteer swings it towards the far post. I think it's a shot, but Smith heads it away. Furlong. McAteer, little poke inside. Nunes, heavy ball. Past Matasiwa and QPR breaking away. Good chase back by Matasiwa with Norrington. Davis has done well there. Varane. Hospital ball that. And Bengay knocks it through. Jack Clark didn't want to go 50-50 with Mbenge. Oh, have Sheffield United scored again? Oh, Derby. So Derby are out of it now as things stand. Peck from distance bounces it in front of the keeper. And you can count Derby out now. They're behind. They need to be in front. And they're not. And they need 2 goals now, Derby. Big turnaround there. Sheffield United lead, and it's now between Wrexham and Hull. It's a two-horse race. Basically, if Hull score, it'll be Hull. If it stays the same, it'll be Wrexham. Here comes Jack Clark down the left. I assume that will have already got to the MKM. Clark dribbles into the box. Poor strike. Drags it around the post. And Bengay slides in after the shot had gone. Clark's having a good old whine about it. And Bengay stayed down himself, actually. Are you kidding? Have Hull just taken the lead? We'll wait for that one to be confirmed. But Hull could be about to go into 6th place. This is incredible. Hull have just scored. McBurney gets his second. What a huge goal that is. So the time, it says 67 at the MKM. McBurney gets his second. And with Sheffield United in front at Derby, Wrexham level, Hull are now in 6th place again. Can you keep up? Is that the first time in the chat, somebody? Is that the first time Hull have been in today? I think it's either been Wrexham or Derby all day, hasn't it? Although, no, before Derby, I think Hull were in for about 4 minutes at the start of the game, weren't they? I think when Middlesbrough scored, Hull were in it until Derby scored. Yeah? Double sub. Ivan Azon and Anis Mehmeti in. Kieran McKenna's just changed his entire front four. Nunes and Hurst out. He just wants legs up top, hasn't he? Christopher, as a Hull fan, I can say it's chaos and carnage. Well, you can say you're in the playoffs as things stand. But remember, a goal for Wrexham, and that would change. Another goal for Hull, and things get very interesting, because take a look at the goal difference, by the way. Both sides on +4 at the moment. Here's Jack Clark, edge of the box. Clark feeds it on. Mehmeti! Oh, shot's blocked. Azon can't quite get there. And the offside flag goes up. Christopher, thank you for the super chat. Mehmeti's onside when that goes through. Is it Azon? Yeah, as soon as Azon wafts his foot at that, the flag rightly goes up. So in the race for 6th place, Hull 73, Wrexham 71, Derby 69. Derby are losing, Wrexham are drawing, Hull are winning. It is going the way of Hull as things stand. Swansea 1, Charlton 0. I believe... Oh no, Blackburn Leicester's 0-0. That was one of 2 games without a goal. Davis, Matasiwa, Clark. Up the line to Azon. Smith gets it back home. And as we speak, we now have a goal in every Championship game. Leicester have taken the lead at Blackburn. Steffi Mavadidi has turned up on the final day. Don't want to single out Steffi, but along with most of the Leicester players, they could have done with him turning up 45 rounds ago. Greaves. 73 up here. In your key games, 76 played at Wrexham, 71 played at Hull. So Hull will finish likely a few minutes after Wrexham. We have to factor stoppage time into that. Norrington Davis is fouled by McAteer in the box. Borough chance cleared off the line. 07GH59 on the super chat. Thank you. As a Derby fan, I agree with Christopher, who was talking about the carnage and the chaos. Thank you so much for the super chat. Very kind in DDO. 15 minutes of this one left. Ipswich got 2 goals up early in this game, which is the exact script they would have wanted. Saito. Smith. Smith bends that into the box. Oh, it's a really bad header. But it falls again. Ipswich just need to calm their nerves here. There was a really good chance there. Was it Harvey Vale arriving in the middle of the box? Gets the header completely wrong. Good chance that. I think he might even deliberately done that. Headed it across the box. Just head it a goal, mate. I think Leif Davis got yellow carded after that phase for pulling back Vale. Here comes Jack Clark down the other end. All Clark steps inside and into the box. Clark. Mehmeti crosses. It's going to fall back for Davis, who takes a touch. Takes his time. Matasiwa. Davis out on the left wing. Matasiwa again. Foul on Jack Clark by Mbenge. And a free kick for Town. Kill some time, won't it? Jason, thank you for the super chat. Ben, you are doing the football gods' work. Go Tractor Boys. That's very kind of you. Thank you very, very much. $4.99 on the super chat. Thank you very, very much, Jason. Right, Leif Davis is going to pop this free kick into the box. Oh, that should have been 3-0. Dara O'Shea kind of then half heads it across the box and he's completely free. McAteer is in the middle, but O'Shea could easily just head it straight to him, and he heads it kind of neither across the goal or into the far corner, exactly in between the two. Clark tries to play that through to Azon. Mehmeti picks it up in the 10, drives forward. Azon, errant pass back to Mehmeti. Norrington Davis comes away with it. And it is turned over. Charlton have equalised. Thank you, Planet Bull. Swansea 1, Charlton 1. Adam Eder had given Swansea the lead. We are awaiting the Charlton goal scorer. Leif Davis getting in a right mess there with Vale. Davis got to be a bit careful here. He's on a yellow and he just had a little nibble there. Bengay crossing position on the right and Bengay pops it in. And that is a really, really silly foul because Furlong had defended that and put it out for a corner. And he gets one left on him. And it's going to be an Ipswich restart. Smith jumps into the back of him, shoves him away. Silly one. Miles Leeburn is the goal scorer for Charlton. Got one more sub coming in for QPR. Benny. No, Morgan coming out. Alamehu coming in, who, again, I have not seen play before. Maybe a look to the future to next season for QPR. And no sooner had Charlton scored in that one, Swansea have retaken the lead. 2-1 Swans. Right, we're coming into the last 10 minutes of the season. And as things stand, Hull are taking the 6th place playoff spot unless we get a dramatic late goal at Wrexham. If Wrexham can get in front against Middlesbrough, they can pinch that back at the last second. At the moment, they are missing out on the playoffs, which start on Friday night. Ooh, West Brom have got one back at Sheffield Wednesday. Wednesday 2, West Brom 1. Wednesday will finish on 0 points and get their first home win of the season if they don't concede another one. But the Baggies have just scored with 8 minutes to go there. You'd imagine, Wrexham have been pushing, says the chat. You'd imagine Kitchen Sink is going to be going in there at the Stoke KRS. And that Wrexham will throw everything at getting the goal that would take them into the playoffs. If not, it's going to be Hull, Millwall and Middlesbrough, Southampton, with Millwall and Southampton playing at home second in those two ties. Set play comes in. O'Shea tends to win all of them, doesn't he? Heads it back to Jack Clark. Clark bends it in. Easy catch for Wolves. Bristol City 2, Stoke 0. Stoke are going to be finishing 17th. Remember October, November? Stoke up at the top of the table with Coventry? Not anymore. Smith knocks back to Edwards. Nice one round the corner. Varane. And Bengay. Vale's come back to halfway. Alameo looks bright. It's gone into central midfield. Substitute. Greaves gets across and is out for a throw-in. I said one more sub for QPR when the last one came in. It's going to be one more sub for QPR. Leon Scarlett, who is 16 years old. Fair play, lad. Smith hits that one goalwards. Oh, what a chance for QPR. He's offside. He'll be pleased, Benny, that he was offside. Bad miss. Smith hit it pretty much down Walton's throat, but not great goalkeeping from Walton. Parried it straight back to Benny, but Benny was offside. Sam Bell, the scorer for Bristol City. They are 2-0 up. As are Ipswich Town here, and that would be enough to send them back to the Premier League. Walton spots the goal kick. And he's going to boot this as far down the pitch as he possibly can. Although we're going to get Leon Scarlett come in. And he's so young, he's got to have the sponsor blacked out on his shirt. How about that? Good luck to you, fella. 16-year-old into the game. How about that? What were you lot doing at 16? I bet you weren't playing football at this level, were you? Must be a pretty talented boy to have got to this level at that age, eh? Right, Walton goes long with the goal kick. Looks like Wrexham have just missed a big chance there. Azon trying to make something happen. It's broken for Mehmeti. Mehmeti slides it on Taylor trying to get in there. Ooh, the ball's in the back of the net. And the goal stands. Casey McAteer has scored the decisive goal to take Ipswich to the Premier League. I wondered whether they were going to pull it back because the keeper got a boot in the face as I think Jack Taylor slid in. But the goal stands and Ipswich are going to the Premier League. It's been a tough season for Casey McAteer. Huge transfer fee. But he is the scorer of the decisive goal. And I think I can relax now. And Ipswich are going to be promoted back to the Premier League. McAteer, the scorer. Let's just have a look. Was there a foul on the keeper in this one? That's why I was kind of reticent to get too excited. Taylor slides in. I mean, Walsh jumped straight back up. Don't think he fouls him, does he? No, there's nothing wrong with that. Perfectly fine goal. And McAteer sends Ipswich to the Premier League. He's just not strong enough there. Is he? McKenna keeps calm. He's done it again. 3 promotions in 4 years for Kieran McKenna. Casey McAteer is the scorer. And it would now take the miracle. When it's 2-0, there's always a chance that a goal flies in and, you know, things get nervy. When it goes to 3, I think it's done now. Dan Neal has come on for Jack Taylor, who had a big involvement in that goal. So, second place looks all done. Now, thank you for the nice comments. The people saying nice things in the chat. Congratulations. We do have some reasonable football fans who don't just want to be snarky and spiky about somebody else's team doing well all the time. In the playoff race, we are at minute 86 at Hull and at minute 90 at Wrexham. Full times starting to come in now. On final day, Blackburn 0, Leicester 1 is the first. As we are starting to dot the I's and cross the T's on the 25-26 season. 3-1 Swansea, 4-0 Coventry. The big one we got our eyes on, though, is at Wrexham. That's the game where a goal would change things dramatically. If Wrexham score, they'll go into the playoffs. If they do not, well, Oh, you're kidding. Have Wrexham got a penalty? Someone says Wrexham penalty in the chat. Is that fake news or is that real news? I'm not seeing anything on my iPad. There's the great George Burley. He's had some health problems, so great to see him looking really, really well. "90 seconds left at Portman Road," or less than that, plus stoppage time. I think that was fake news in the chat. In fact, let me block that commenter if they are fake newsing. Where did it go? Goodbye. Preston 1, Southampton 3. Saints absolutely sprinting over the line. Bristol City 2, Stoke 0 is a full time. We had 30 seconds plus stoppage time to go at Portman Road, where Ipswich are about to be promoted to the Premier League. Walton goes long over the top. Azon chases it. How much stoppage time are we getting? Four minutes of the season remain for Ipswich Town. They are about to be promoted and take second place. It's going to be a third promotion in 4 years for Kieran McKenna. Thank you for the people who are supportive and happy when stuff goes right for other people's football teams. For those of you that can't be, I hope you find happiness in your life elsewhere. Walton clears long. 3 minutes minimum stoppage time to go. We are still playing at Wrexham. That's the big one. Walton comes out, gathers that, knocks it into Neil, but we are stopping. 2.5 minutes remain. Watford 0, Coventry 4 is a full time. Sims hat-trick and Torp. Watford finishing errantly. Coventry finishing with 97 goals and 95 points. Are we going to get a big news flash from Wrexham? That's what there is left on it. The Ipswich fans are lined up, ready to invade the pitch. There's plenty of police, but it's not a matter of stopping it. It's a matter of keeping it calm and keeping the players safe. Millwall 2, Oxford 0, full time at the Den. Well played, Millwall. Fantastic season. Here comes Azon into the box. Azon knocks it back. Neil hits it goalwards. If he'd have put that in the net, the pitch invasion would have been moved forward a minute. They are getting very, very close to full time at Wrexham. If anyone can tell me how long there is left at the Stoke Ras. They're about to miss out, and Hull are about to take the 6th place spot. 1 minute left, says the chat. And 1 minute left at Portman Road. Ipswich 1 minute away from promotion for the third time in 4 seasons. The goal kick goes long. We enter the final minute of stoppage time. Just knocked behind the defence. Smith is fouled. Mehmeti going in the book for that? No. Full time. Wrexham have drawn, we are hearing, which means unless we get a Norwich equaliser, Hull are going to be in the playoffs. Is that right? Yes. And we got 20 seconds left here. Ten seconds of minimum stoppage time remaining. The way they manage these sometimes is they literally try and get a set play close to the tunnel, don't they? It's gone into the box. And Ipswich Town are promoted to the Premier League. The fans flood on to the pitch. Fireworks going from the top of the stadium. And Kieran McKenna smiles. He has done it again. 3 promotions in the past 4 seasons for Kieran McKenna. Incredible, incredible stuff. We're still playing, by the way, in the playoff picture. If anything changes, we will be across that as we go. But the story is that Ipswich are up. They have done it again. The last promotion was spectacular. This one was more just get the job done. Ipswich obviously coming down from the Premier League with the advantages in finances and squad that brings, and they have been the second best team in the league this season behind Coventry City. Ipswich finish on 84 points. It's a fairly low total in terms of history, but we know the Championship now that those teams in the middle are not getting beaten up by the parachute teams as they were. We know the teams who have come up from League One this season, Birmingham, Wrexham and Charlton, have been stronger than your average, haven't they? And maybe that brings the total down slightly needed. Ipswich doing it by 1 point from Millwall. And today, it was best case scenario, wasn't it? It was get the job done early. And that is exactly what happened. Ipswich facing a QPR side on the beach. And they just absolutely swept them away in the first 10 minutes of this game. They already could have been 1-0 up by the time George Hurst scored on 3 minutes, basically. Leif Davis had gone through 1v1 and not managed to take the chance. Hurst managed to just kind of bundle home after the ball goes low into the box. And on 9 minutes, I mean, it already could have been 2-0 by that point. Jaden Philogene deep in the box, cool as a cucumber, sorts his feet out and just strokes it in to the corner. It's 2-0 and the heavy lifting already done early in that game. Yes, of course, you can get a kind of turnaround and things to swing in the other direction, but that did not happen. QPR just, not really a part of the game for the first 20, 30 minutes. You wondered whether it could have gone 3-4-0. We saw one of the Ipswich promotion winning games, didn't we, against Exeter, went 5-0 within half an hour. It did feel like it could have gone that way at some points. Such was the gulf between a team that had everything to play for in Ipswich and a team that had nothing to play for in QPR. And the job was done. Town a bit nervy at the start of the second half, weren't they? I think Smith coming in on the left wing for QPR made a difference and he looked dangerous. And then, it becomes disjointed and Ipswich just trying to control the game, control the territory, slow things down, etc., etc. And Casey McAteer off the bench sticks it home. I'm going to pause for a second because Hull have beaten Norwich 2-1. That was the one we were waiting for. So Hull will be in the playoffs. Hull take 6th place. We'll get to all of those permutations. Hull in the playoffs in 6th place. And yeah, Ipswich get it over the line. Just good enough, I think, is what they've been this season. It was a disrupted summer, wasn't it, with all kinds of ins and outs, and I suppose Liam Delap going early and leaving a big hole, and Amari Hutchinson going late, very, very late. He was still there when the season started in August, wasn't he? Before he headed off to Nottingham Forest. Lots of players coming in. Chief of those, Azor Matasiwa, who's played plenty of minutes, the majority of Ipswich's season. You've seen Matasiwa in central midfield. Marcelino Nunes was a giant signing in the summer, wasn't it? Coming across the East Anglian divide from Norwich. But if you look at that team that's played today, Furlong joined, of course, didn't he, at right back. But in the main, all of these players, Hurst, Burns, Philogene, Taylor, Davis, Greaves, O'Shea, Walton, in terms of the players that started today, were already at Ipswich Town when the season started. So it wasn't really down to this season's recruitment. It was the squad already built by Town, and they started slowly. Got themselves moving, got themselves there or thereabout. Big challenges from Middlesbrough, coming through to sort of February, but Middlesbrough dropped off. Big challenge from Millwall as you got into the final weeks, but Southampton came late. Ipswich actually put paid to that themselves with that 2-2 draw at St Mary's, and Town not managing to get to the 2 points per game, the 92 that normally, sees you in the automatic promotion spots. But 84 was enough. And if you kind of take out the first 4 games of the season where Ipswich really, really struggled, didn't they? And didn't win. In fact, if we go way back to August, drew with Birmingham, drew with Southampton, lost to Preston, drew with Derby. It was 3 points from the first 4 games. It's then been 81 points from the last 42 games. So Ipswich have been consistent since that transfer window closed and the churn stopped and everything managed to kind of get moving. Had there been a fast starter, had there been an 85-point team or a 90-point team, Ipswich would have been in the playoffs. But as I said, people will always argue. There's this thing that people do where they try and chop other people's legs off to elevate themselves, don't they? People will argue it's the league's poor. You can argue the other way, that the league is better and the parachute teams aren't dominating in the way that they used to, although we still have a parachute team in second and one in fourth as I'm looking at this final table. Let me just say a big thank you to the Birchwood Vampire there. Congratulations on promotion. Thank you very, very much indeed for all of your support and all of your super chats. Today we'll do plenty more analysis on Ipswich's promotion over on Blue Monday. Today it was just a story of a team with everything to play for and a team with nothing to play for. Ipswich at home and over the line. And you've got to say, the way Ipswich have managed the last couple of months with all the postponements that had happened with Blackburn, with Portsmouth and with Southampton all having to be replayed after Ipswich had travelled for the majority of those games. Portsmouth postponed twice and Ipswich having a huge run of away games. It was a difficult logistical run-in for Ipswich and they've got over the line at home. There we go. Ipswich promoted. Let's have a look at everything else on this final day. So Coventry pushed to 95 points. Top of the table, 95 points, 97 goals. Fair play. Coventry outstanding. Head and shoulders the best team in the league. Ipswich, second, promoted. Premier League once again. In the playoffs, You got to say it's outstanding from Millwall. 83 points, third place, their best season in decades there, and certainly their best season. They've had a couple of near misses. They will be in the playoffs. Southampton, 4th. Middlesbrough, 5th. Those two will face off on Friday or Saturday, whichever way around we are going with the playoff fixtures. And Hull sneak into 6th place. They didn't start the day in 6th place. They haven't finished the season strongly, but they are in there with Wrexham drawing on final day to Borough. Hull sneak in there. Derby would have been in there, but they collapsed in the second half to lose 2-1 to Sheffield United. Today, it's Norwich 9th, Birmingham 10th, Swansea 11th, Bristol City 12th, Blades 13th, Preston 14th, Rangers 15th, Watford 16th, Stoke 17th, Pompey 18th, Charlton 19th, Blackburn 20th, West Brom 21st, and we already knew the 3 relegated would be in these positions. Oxford 22nd, Leicester 23rd, but we will mention Sheffield Wednesday won today and will finish the season on 0 points and finally get themselves a home win. Thank you, everybody, for your support throughout the regular season. We will continue through the playoffs. The live coverage will be with the fine people from Betfred over at the Sportsman podcast, so check that out over there. But we will be doing previews and reviews down this channel, of course. Thank you so much, everybody, for your super chats today. Thank you, everybody over on TikTok. I'm going to bid you farewell right now. And yeah, thank you, everybody. We roll on post-season. And we will see you. We'll be reacting to pre-season predictions. We'll have hot takes coming. We'll get Sam Parkin's playoff predictions. And then it is the glory of the end of season playoffs. If you're saying nice things, I'll try and put as many of them up on the screen as possible. Hull takes 6th place and they are in the playoffs. Ipswich Town are back in the Premier League, 2nd place. It was Ipswich 3, QPR 0 on the watch along. Thank you for watching. It's play.